Welcome back to our Women in Transport Conference 2022, this being our 5th annual conference being held at the Stanley Hotel. We're glad that you're able to join us from anywhere you're joining us from the world. So thank you for having your break and coming back and joining us. We are glad to introduce the next session, and our session is Women and Labor Rights. This particular session is going to be the person leading us through this particular session, rather, is Naomi Njeri, who is from Matatu Workers Union. Naomi?
Hamjambo nyote. My name is Naomi Njeri Ngugi. I'm also known as Kienyeji Fine. And you can also call me Njeri Chak. Njeri Chak is means a strong woman. Yes, I'm a mother to 2 boys. I love to laugh a lot, and I love to dress up. I'm just that girl. I'm currently serving as a union leader at Matatu Workers Union, doubling up as the women representative and women in union leadership mentor. I'm also the vice chair lady for the Women in Transport Association. I joined the Matatu industry 7 years ago as a conductor with Umoina Sacco in Nairobi, Kenya. I have also served with the public transport organizations in the capacity of transport logistics. My journey in leadership for the first time in 2020 is when I decided to run for union leadership position. This was inspired by the desire to advocate for the rights of female workers. I therefore ran for a position of Assistant General Secretary at the Matatu Workers Union. I was looking forward to a public transport environment that would address the needs of women in the public transport workforce. At the back of my mind, I was looking forward to a public transport system where female workers have access to clean and free sanitation facilities, including washrooms, a safe working environment free from police brutality. And in March 2020, I experienced police brutality during COVID pandemic, where I was physically assaulted. Advocate for the employment of more women in the transport sector. Advocate for better working conditions, including equal pay for equal work done. Encourage women to observe and respect road traffic rules and laws. Lobby for job security among women working in the sector, one of the agenda being guaranteed jobs after maternity leave and flexible working hours. SACCO support women and their dependents to access health insurance and other legal and psychological support on the occasion that they face harassment and gender-based violence. However, running for leadership came with its fair share of challenges. The challenges, I would say, were specific to me because of being a woman. I believe I am not the only person who has been facing these challenges while trying to navigate through the male-dominated sector. Some of the challenges I experienced, and equally other women running for office in the transport sector, included: 1, inadequate funds to run the campaigns; discrimination on the basis of being a woman. It is even worse for a woman with disability and elderly woman. Harassment ranges from sexual, physical, and verbal. Male domination to the gender segregation of leadership roles. Senior positions are attributed to men. And I remember there's a time I applied for a top job in a SACCO. And the funny thing was, the response was that they can't give me that position because if they give me that position, I will bring confusion to the men who are working in those top positions. So I was like, ay, Jesu. As in, I just want to put food on the table. That was all about beauty, because at the end of it, we are not going to eat beauty. We are going to eat food. So that's one of the things that, how are you going to bring confusion that we are denied top seats? As the woman representative and woman in leadership mentorship at Matatu Workers Union, I am looking forward to changing the narrative by calling on all public stakeholders to, 1, advocating adoption and implementation of gender-sensitive public transport services. This includes providing a platform for women to make decisions at the circle and union levels. Join hands with other women in different unions and lobby for a new docket inclusively of persons with disabilities and older persons in the public service vehicle. We are championing for fair pay, fair working hours, fair working conditions, fair representation, fair contracts and management, and above all, a fair retirement package. Women professionals in the matatu industry should form self-help groups and workers' organizations. This will ensure that their voices will be heard and roles are amplified even at their stage. We are encouraging all stakeholders in the matatu industry and other public services to keep following proper sanitation rules, like having clean water, clean running water, soap and sanitizers, and even offering free masks because the COVID virus is still with us. Finally, I believe women have the potential, so it is practical for their voices to be heard at the highest level of decision making. I see it is wise for women professionals to actively use their position in the matatu unions and associations so that their issues are represented in these spaces. My aspiration is to join hands with other women and key players in the public service vehicle industry to bring the much needed change in the matatu industry or public transport as a whole in Nairobi, Kenya. Thank you.
Thank you very much. But before you go, allow us to take a question or two from the audience here, as well as from the audience in the joining virtually. Anybody who has a question specifically for Naomi, we have a microphone going round. We should be able to take a question or two and then direct it your way. Question for Naomi? Yes, please. There's a lady at the very back.
Hi, Naomi. Thank you for good presentation. You are looking so lovely, and we believe you are so pretty, yes.
Thank you.
So, when you applied for that job and then they turn it down, telling you that you are beautiful and your beauty will cause issues at your workplace, what did you do, or which measures did you take? Or bila alisema tu hivyo, wewe ukasema tu sawa mimi naenda as a woman. Did you take any action? Ama wewe ulinyamaza tu ukasema mimi naenda home? Yeah.
At that point, I did nothing. So as I got to familiarize myself with the power of union, of being together, joining the union and being an active member, that's when I got to learn I could have done something. But I just brushed it off. But up to date, that's one of the things that I remember vividly, because it was like I still felt hurt. I didn't feel hurt. It's like I just take. It's a male-dominated field. I can't tell you what the kind of emotion it was there. But today, women have that platform. When they join unions, you can be heard. We are going for those top seats now. Yeah. Thank you, bestie. That's one of my besties. Yeah. Another question, please.
Hi, Madam. Umesema unaitwa Kenyeji? Okay.
Kenyeji fine.
Kenyeji fine.
Yes.
So you've said that you are an assistant vice chair, right? Okay, like a vice chair of
Yeah.
Matatu Union, right?
No, I'm a vice chair lady in Women in Transport Association. In Matatu Workers, in Education Department, and also doubling up as the woman leader.
So what has been your biggest achievement in making sure that there is no barriers when it comes to accessibility and inclusivity of women and persons with disabilities in the transport sector?
One is the capacity building. Two, we are really mobilizing and campaigning for, like, we had one with Flone initiative where we had a workshop for the disabled persons and older persons, where we would come out and we be trained on how to handle matters. Have I answered your question? You know, English is not my language. But for a tout, I'm trying. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, my best.
You are my best.
Yeah, friends wanakuanga friends, wanasaidianga my friends. So as she was saying, with the collaboration with as she's the assistant in the area where she is. Well, while ago we were there, I can attest, we were with her in that meeting where Flone Initiative brought all the categories of persons with disabilities, older people, and they were trained, and the issues were rising on different areas where it can be tackled within the transport industry. And I think that's where she was there explaining how it always happens. And then even as we are driving the ideas out of how we are being treated within, I'm using the we because I'm part of persons with disabilities, so I'm part of it. So the way we are being treated as persons with disabilities, and I came to learn more from Flone as she was sharing under this lady in the one that is in green, also my beshte. So they really opened our eyes, and even as we shared on how we are supposed to be treated, you are listening, right? The way we are supposed to be treated, the language people use, the barriers, and even the communication. And we learned that for this, in her area of expertise, now she carried whatever we were teaching her or we were discussing so that she can go back and even tell come out with the criteria on how even when they are in that area of transport, persons with disability or elderly should be treated in one way or the other. Number one, we shared on how we're supposed to be handled, the way society is really using different languages even to explain. Mtu anakuita tu kiwete. Unajua, that's not the right wording anyway. We really try to bring out some wordings, the way you're supposed just to treat people. Community is for all of us. Human rights is for everyone. So what she was trying to say, I think, is that right? So we were Flone really trained all of us, including her. And I think that's what she's using there, because they are really good messaging, and the way she's supposed to be packaging the messages that she's using in her day-to-day lives. I think, yeah.
You see how besties, they come in handy.
Hi,
Thank
Jerry.
you.
Hi, Jerry.
Hi.
You look beautiful.
Thank you.
So my question is, what's your advice for young women who want to venture into the transport industry, especially those top jobs?
Okay. I had a minute. My advice to any woman with a big dream in the transport industry is to keep hope alive. Be committed, patient enough, and wear a persistent heart. I had said I'm also known as Njeri Chuck. I think it meant I'm a female version of Chuck Norris. Yes. You have to be strong. I could have died a long time ago and be forgotten. I'm 44, proud of my age, and I'm still going strong until I'm encouraging every young lady here. This is your time. We had no mentors, but now you are blessed with mentors. We are so many of us. We have refused to give up. It is only there is no time to give a long story, but you are very much welcome because we want to see you shine. We don't want you to, the same things, lack of proper sanitation, lack of proper pay, as we didn't get the chance to retire with a good package. We just retire and we go back to the streets, we start selling oranges and water. But here we are. The space is enough for every young lady who is here. Join unions, join associations, form your own self-help group. I don't want to see another woman retire with nothing to show. I don't want to hear my son say, mimi siwezi penda kuwa conductor or a driver, because we don't put ourselves first, because our voices are not heard. The thing that made me come back to this industry was, what if one day my daughter or my inshallah, or my grandchild finds him or herself in the public transport? What did I do to change it? Ataritaya kama mimi? Because many of the women we've followed up that have left this industry or are still in these industries as older women, they can't catch up with the culture. Munajua the kudandia, swinging in the car while it's moving. We have people who are 55 years still in this industry. What is being done about it? Who is raising? Who is speaking for them? I want to be a proud lady who left the industry or is older in the matatu public service vehicle, and you are so proud. You can even tell somewhere, we can encourage our children, hey, matatu, and transport is broad. It's not only matatu. You mentioned transport and someone runs away. Your kid even runs away. We have railways. We have aeroplanes. You can, yeah. The option is endless. Yes, so what I can say, or be committed, be patient. I'm not just saying that. That's what has taken me, and I thank God. It's not by my strength. And I see it is wise for women professionals, talking to all women, to actively vie for positions in the matatu unions, associations, so that their issues are represented in these spaces. We need you. We really need you. Yes.